There we go.
We should be back.
We should be back. We should be back in terms of people as well. Wait for it. Wait for it. Cool, we're back.
Here we are.
So, as a reminder, hello, we are the Geek Initiative. We are being graciously hosted here. And knocking balls over, don't worry about it. And by...
Cheers, Dicks.
And... but we will be, after the 4th episode, so on the 5th episode, 2 episodes from now, be hosting this on our own channel, which is in the chat right now, twitch.tv, geekinish.
Follow us.
No dot on the end.
us.
That link should work, but in the event that it doesn't, there's a dot on the end. Just delete it. Don't tell me the link doesn't work, because I know it does.
So, I've just clicked it and it works. So, back to it. Having a lovely long rest.
Woo!
Okay.
Currently,
As we walk out, I've got to pick up my coin, and then I'm going to go over to Grey Nick, the barman.
Glad you're giving him a nickname that isn't his, but sure.
Everyone's getting a nickname now. Dear Nick, butter sherry, mate. Please.
He looks at you, down at you, turns around, grabs a bottle of... You'll take this and you'll like it. Don't test me.
Yeah, but the problem is, look, mead, it's a cleanser, you know, and well, we're staying here tonight, and but I don't want to leave you any surprises. Have you got any sherry?
No.
Have you only got mead?
Me and it's new stuff.
It's new stuff. Interesting.
I don't know what they're calling it. I didn't listen. But they said, strongest drink you ever seen or tasted.
Yeah, all right then. I'll go for the chili sauce.
He pulls a drink from under the counter. And it's in a small bottle. Not bigger than that. Hands it to you. Give it a go. It's perfectly clear.
What does it smell like?
It smells like alcohol. Very strong alcohol.
Bottoms up.
Okay. Roll a constitution check
Yeah.
at disadvantage.
Disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, harsh. Harsh, sir, harsh. 17?
That's a very high roll, Adrian.
Yeah, probably
You
not high
very,
enough.
very, very quickly feel yourself become drunk.
Whoa! You know what? Couple of drops of that in your watered beer. Yeah, they won't be complaining about the water.
That's the plan.
Don't blame you. Whoa.
He
I'll have the weed. Oh!
he hands you a bottle.
Cheers.
Um,
Damn, that's good.
I'll put that on your room, shall I, sir?
I just gave you a coin.
What coin?
Nice one. It's fine. Anyway, Malcolm said he was covering these.
Hey, what?
Your coins. The gold ones.
I only had one.
And I'll flip in another silver.
Thank you very much, sir, for your kind patronage.
No worries. See you later, Nick.
That's still not my name.
So I wander upstairs.
Anybody else doing anything with the farm?
Not with the barber, I mean.
No.
My room.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll come down and say, do you serve food here, or do you know anywhere close that serves some food?
I can get my boy out back to do some food for you.
Please, yeah. We'll just...
Some grub. Alright.
Yes,
What
please.
room you in?
Arbitrary
number between 1 and 5, so just say 5.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I'll have somebody set up to you.
Thank you.
And to your kobold companion in 4.
Cheers.
Your drainage trays for your pints. What do you normally do with the contents?
You're really nailed going for the dregs.
Dispose of them.
Let me dispose of them for you. And I wave a glass vial in his face that's empty.
I mean, yeah, whatever.
I pour what is left in his drip tray into a glass vial and I swill it around.
How clear is this?
Not.
It's not. I don't think it is very.
Half of it's spit.
I swill it round, take a look at it, tap it, pull the cap off, spit into it myself, put the cap back on, shake it. Yes, that's about right. Onto the bandolier and then up the stairs.
So once everyone has gone to bed, so everyone's gone to the bed, resting, etc.
Around 2 a.m, you hear a large bang and Malcador go, "Yes, brilliant, it works!"
Fantastic. So in the night, you are contacting a Quasit, I believe.
Yes.
The Quasit appears in his top hat, monocle, finery, etc. I was out at the Opera. What are you doing?
Is he free yet?
He will contact you when he's ready. Stop bothering me. Which way it pops away. Bill.
Kinda, at that point I'm gonna go out for a walk, I think.
Okay. You're forsaking a rest, sir.
Not gonna be a long walk, just kind of a short one, just to kind of think over some things and gather my thoughts before going back and going to sleep.
Okay. Certainly. After having concluded your walk, you have not been followed as far as you can tell. You wake up in the morning, refreshed. Magnus,
Yes, sir.
Constitution saving throw.
Oh, bugger. 7. But it was outside the tray, so I reckon I should re-roll.
No. With a 7, my friend, unfortunately, you are hungover. You are.
That damn maid.
You are. You can feel what feels like the fury of 1,000 suns behind your eyes and inside your rectum.
Is there a bucket?
There is.
I sit on the bucket. I can't sort the head out, but I can sort that one out.
Fair enough. After having resolved your issue, you are feeling worse. You're not feeling great. It's going to
The
be.
goggles are going on.
Oh yes, no, I understand.
Even indoors.
Yeah. What I'm going to need to do is do some form of mark down a cross in the inspiration box rather than a tick.
Permanent disadvantage.
Not good.
You are going to
I've
have.
just had a long
toss
rest,
in a
haven't we?
healing potion.
So you're going to have disadvantage on quite a lot for most of the morning.
That doesn't surprise me.
Are you meeting downstairs for breakfast?
I'd say so.
Quietly, yes.
For clarity, he was in room 4. What room was I in?
3.
I'm going to kind of swiftly, upon obviously hearing a lot of "oh God" and all that, I don't remember eating that, and sort of what I'm imagining is sort of sort of noises that are probably coming out of there. Swiftly go downstairs to breakfast.
So you are, once you've all amassed below for breakfast. Breakfast.
Hold on.
Mhm.
Are you 4 downstairs? There is another.
He's not.
Right, you're in your room still. There is
I
another
came down,
even
I
louder
was coming
bang
down very quietly.
from where Malkador is, and another shriek of "It works!" Followed by the crash of a door being basically kicked open, and Malkador comes skipping down the stairs with a full bandolier of sort of vials full of black substance across his chest. He bounds to the table, sits down, and goes, "Good morning, everyone! Do you need a hangover cure?"
I need a hangover cure, and I need you to be quiet.
Of course, no problem at all. And I pull a potion from my pouch and hand it to my friend, which does the cure wounds cantrip to see if I can
It
help
should be a
it.
spell.
Should it?
Kill wounds, yeah.
All right. Ignore me. It's just a complete snake oil. It might make him feel better. It might not.
Roll a d20. Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Well, the d20 is an 11.
21.
So he hands you what is functionally spit and grease in a bottle.
Smells better than the mead.
It's 1/4 of the drip tray from the bar mixed with some of my black powder.
You remember him chucking vials and stuff in it? Acid.
Is he going to fart and
Starts
blow a hole?
melting stuff.
Can I just suggest, don't sit behind me.
So once you have received this gift, strangely it starts to make you feel a little better.
It's not bad, that. Just need bacon and eggs and I'll be alright now.
Let's say you have functionally had the grease and fat portion of a full English with none of the flavour.
Yeah, a flavourless heart attack.
That'll be 3 gold, please.
And I'd have given you a healing potion for now.
You know the person who threw the rope down to you?
Yes. Service is rendered.
Call this evening.
So some food is brought out. It is a let's put it this way, dodgy quality of questionable meats and breads.
Can I do a nature check on the bacon to see if it's still alive?
Yeah.
It's a 13, which with a nature check makes it an 18.
It's not alive, but there are things in it that are.
It's that sort of establishment.
Oh,
right.
yes.
Proof of protein.
So,
Is it the same quality as the food that I had last night?
yes.
I love it when my bacon's crunchy.
So, after a few moments,
I'll pass on breakfast.
yes, sat with your breakfast.
I think
in front
someone
of you.
already did.
Your employer steps through the doorway.
As soon as the door shuts. Steve! How you doing, mate?
Sure, let's say that's my name. For the purposes of business and all.
And I'll turn to he goes, told you.
He looks amongst you as he's saying that.
Does he still have his name badge?
Yeah. Still doesn't taste it. No, he does not have magic. So he looks on you. I hear you correctly removed the people from the premises,
We do.
but in doing so caused a bit of a ruckus.
Some of us did.
Well, more likely
You could say that.
one of us caused the
I
ruckus.
don't know what you mean.
After he was egged on by another one of us.
Look, I didn't have to do any
Still
magic.
don't know what you mean.
To be fair, us all falling down the drain wasn't his fault.
So, as that really did hit you, huh? Hey, Magnus, cross the universal boundary there.
I told you, just watch out for the mead.
So,
It's not a spell. It's not a spell slot loose because I'm doing a comedy. We treat this.
sure.
Sorry,
Do
what?
I still have this negative inspiration?
Oh yeah, for a little while. Yeah.
Ah, damn. You might have cured it.
Not quite.
I did try.
So,
You're very trying.
It's just like a small,
Yeah.
like a small mushroom cloud from one of my hands.
Sure. So, one of your, your employer came into the room alone, but you get the sense that he is not.
One of our party appears to have got lost. I don't suppose you've got any information on where he might be?
Well, where he's gone is your business. If you find him, brilliant. If you don't, so be it. Either way round, he's not getting paid.
Good. Bloody splitter.
Your services are rendered. You are free of debt to me.
Perfect.
And I'm more than happy to provide service to you. Some information. Somewhere to hide. If you were looking for it. Because it's a dangerous world for those who make enemies. Especially considering the sort of noise you've made.
Insight.
So,
Natural 20.
Nat 20.
certainly, we'll get to that.
Has he been upstairs to inspect the accommodation yet?
No.
No, he's going to find Malcador's, one of the curtains in Malcador's room has been on fire but has been extinguished.
Hang on, you got curtains?
I'm not mentioned
It's
it.
It's a nat 20
I
to
didn't
get
even
to
have
20.
curtains.
Anyone else want to do any kind of insight or...
I
So
believe this
inside
man
sheet.
perfectly
You
trustworthy.
say he came in alone, but we sent.
You get the sense he's not.
Could I try
Oh,
my
that'll be.
divine
That's
sense?
Certainly.
And I can try and detect good and evil.
So, we're going to resolve the insight check first, but afterwards we're happy to do that. Okay?
Okay.
Mine was to see whether or not he's hinting at either like the guard, like how many things is he kind of inciting to that we've made noise with? Because obviously it's like guards and everything's like, is it just him that he's on about that?
So, okay. Anyone else roll for the insight?
Dirty 20.
Okay. So, with the insight roll, he is definitely referring to some of the criminal element
Mm-hmm.
within the city that he is not associated with.
Mm-hmm.
Probably part of the criminal element that he is in fact opposed to. If you anything in particular you want to know about that in the
What
way
is it potentially concerning what happened at his establishment? Have we made noise regarding that particular element a lot more?
That wasn't what I wanted to know.
What do you want to know?
I wanted to know more about this business of him feeling like he's not alone.
You get the sense that someone came in the door after him,
Okay.
but you haven't seen anyone. You heard footsteps coming through the door.
So this is somebody that's invisible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Sorry, no, good.
So,
Mark.
I'm going to resolve the divine sense.
Okay.
So, you can't detect anything through divine sense, but with it active, I will give you advantage on a perception check.
Oh, that's a nat 20 for 23.
Oh,
Right, so 1 week it's nothing but nat ones. This week's just the nat 20 week, right?
yeah.
So next week is nat ones again.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah.
So, with a nat 20, basically you are aware that it's not a demon, it's not anything unnatural, but it has got hints of some form of unnatural magic. Seems like demonic magic. whatever it is. It's not strictly a demon, but it is influenced and affected by magic that came from one.
Do I know?
And that's not me.
Do I know where that's coming from? Sensing where it is, or is it just behind him?
So it's basically in his shadow. It is basically behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, Steve, before I carry on with that, where you were saying about he is opposed to certain criminal elements, do we get the impression this is rivalry or someone actually wanting to clean up the place, but doing whatever method he wishes?
Rivalry.
It is rivalry.
So,
One second.
so with the insight, he was heavily insinuating on what had happened at his thing.
Basically, everything that happened at his place, at what happened at the sewers, basically all of the noise you've made,
Is against.
he's heard about. And it's against other factions, not necessarily just his.
So he's offering us a hideout, effectively.
He is offering to
Yeah.
accept your services and employ you, providing you safe haven within the city.
Yeah.
Well then, Steve,
Mhm.
I would say that Liability Inc. is at your service. What's the next job?
Excuse me. What is Liability Inc.?
If you're going to name yourselves, for God's sake, come up with something better.
No,
voice
before
comes out
you
of the
ask,
darkness.
nothing to do with
Yes,
Malkador
yes, the
and Co. or
Hang on a minute.
No, damn.
So out of the darkness, you say.
Yes, so
There
from
was another
his
voice.
shadow.
Well, liability, I thought, worked well with Malkador.
so something's popped up.
It's not visible, but
Just a voice.
that voice came from the shadow that followed.
Can you reveal yourself, sir?
Or madam.
I can see from the face.
Not quite. Later, perhaps. You see the door open and close behind the person that followed.
Did
Nice.
I,
Oops.
with the voice, is it same voice that we had
No.
before? So it's. Could I roll some form of check to see if I know the voice or have been told about a certain thing? Be it like,
No. It's no one you know.
so it's no one.
No, you don't even need to roll.
I ask the boss, did you know that person? Did you know he was there?
No.
Bullshit.
Roll for insight.
Yeah, could I roll for instance as well?
It's not great.
Another natural
It's a
20.
6.
Another natural 20 for 23 again.
He's lying. He knew he was there, but does not know who he is.
Okay.
I think he's completely trustworthy on a 6, right?
Correct.
I stand corrected. It's not bullshit. It's telling the truth.
I get the sense, Riku, you knew that was there.
I sort of knew something was there.
What kind of entity?
That I can't say. Just something not good.
Good
It's essentially a demonic.
Steve.
Don't entertain the kobold. That is not my name.
What is your name?
That's not the point.
Look, Steve,
Nice try.
we don't need to know your name. If we know your name, and we should get captured, and we are stupid enough to not kill ourselves, and we are tortured, and I look over at Malkador at this point, someone might reveal your name. So Steve it is.
Someone might.
Not just a dumb kobold.
Or do you want us to call you something different?
Your
Thanks.
employer.
Your employer.
Oh, right. My employer.
Boss,
My
Steve.
employer told me to do this. No, please don't use the sharp knife. Yes, that works quite well.
As I was trying to say, it might be worth us helping you as I believe some of us may have motives that align, especially if there's demons or the like involved.
That is none of my business.
And whatever business is yours is none of mine.
I see.
There's always the door.
I'm just happy you wanted.
No,
I just have people who want me
You're
around.
welcome to continue to serve whoever you choose. I didn't realise he was among us. Apologies for any disrespect.
It's okay. I'm sure he'll forgive you.
Talking about disrespect, have you tried the new drink they've got behind the bar?
I heard what it
Not
did.
half an hour ago, you were writhing in agony. Please do not even consider advising anyone else to take it.
I'll try it.
So your employer
Yeah.
looks between you as you mentioned this drink.
Mm-hmm.
What's this?
You don't want it. You don't want it. Matador. Yeah,
What does it do?
Go and ask Braynick.
What is it?
I don't know. I just.
There's some good strong stuff. You don't want it.
He walks to the barman and says,
Give me a bottle of it. Now.
No, you don't want
he takes it, he doesn't drink it.
That's not natural.
If you don't mind, I can
So,
test it
He'll
out.
test it.
Did you just throw it at me? Hold on. That's a 7, so I've not caught that. That's gone over my shoulder and smashed against the wall. You might want to just hand me the next one because I'm.
So the bottle.
He only had one last
It's only a
night.
small bottle, so it probably didn't break actually.
Yeah, it's only a small bottle. It didn't break.
Okay.
It landed on the table and basically scattered to a stop before hitting the floor.
So I shall grab it and be like, yes. I find that if you hand things to me, I get them a little bit better. Stop her off. Sniff. Medicine check.
Yep.
Kind of want to determine what's in this.
Aniseed, absinthe, diesel.
That is a straight 10. A decidedly average medicine check.
You're aware that it's alcoholic,
Yeah. Cool.
and
Um,
there's something in it that is not natural.
Okay.
Using the herbalist's kit then, using the techniques of my enemy.
I've just rolled a nat 20.
Have you?
Yes. For a medicine check. It's up to you.
Go ahead.
You can do it if you want.
No,
right?
you're the herbalist. I trust you to do it better, even though it's not.
I'm just.
not a real
I'm
science.
very gratified to see that you were going to use my methods.
It's not real. I discounted
That's
immediately.
25
So-
for a medicine check.
So, upon smelling it, you could probably clean wounds with it.
Yeah.
You could probably also kill someone with it.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be advisable to drink it, but you can.
And there's something in there that isn't natural.
Yes, I will need a nature check
Oh,
to determine what that is.
Go
Now
on,
here,
you do that
I can
one.
help you.
Yeah.
That is nature. That's a 17.
So, with a 17, it smells very similar to the strange substance that was in the sewers. Seems to have a shared component.
What, the stuff that was floating on the
The immiscible fluid.
right. This is you've been drinking sewer oil.
It's not the worst of that.
I'm going to take a little bit of the bottle. I'm going to mix it with one of my one of my bottles of black powder and I'm going to swill it round.
Oh no.
I'm then going to stand up, go to the door and just sort of overhand it out into the street.
Waited for the boom.
Yeah, strap two of them together.
Oh, the disdain of the DM. Oh dear.
Or the sheer enjoyment because he gets to do something fun.
Look, there's the look.
Facial
Smile.
gets disdain or
Smile.
enjoyment.
Beware the smiling DM.
There goes the neighbourhood. Literally.
And he's laughing
But
now.
beforehand, if you believe we are fucked, give us a thumbs up. I'm just curious in general.
So,
Dear.
How many of us are dead?
roll a d20.
Oh dear.
That's a nat 20, baby.
You throw the bottle. It skitters across the cobbles,
Yep.
settling in a puddle, unbroken.
Oh damn, that's not what I wanted to happen.
Oh, go and pick it up and don't throw it again.
Why don't you go out there and stand on it? Surely that would work.
That could work actually. I want to test the
A beard
explosive. Have you got a place I can throw this?
Who are you asking? Bartender?
Yes,
Or
I've
your employer?
gone to just grab the bottle and I'm standing in the threshold of the bar with it in my hand going, have you got a place I can throw this to test it?
How about outside of town?
I did just throw it outside and it didn't
Oh,
go
no.
off.
No. Outside of the
Outside
town.
of the city.
Oh.
So we're not causing a fuss inside
The,
the town, where the town's guard are.
That makes sense, yes.
Yes.
You know what that looks like to me?
What?
That to me
It's
looks
all-
like one of those magical keys that opens up any door.
Yes. I again, when I
Just
was
make
at
sure you
school,
throw it at the door from a distance,
Sounds like a
I've-
mix
behind a
of-
wall.
I might christen it the
Heavy
Malcador
engine
cocktail. If anyone's
Oh.
yes.
Wonder if you can set it on fire with a rag and
mixture
do
of
that.
pure
Because
ethanol.
The black
and
powder that I've
heavy
got, I find that
engine
if you
oil.
smash it, it goes bang. And this stuff is purely alcoholic, which means it might stick to things.
Ooh, mix the two together.
Mm.
Maybe throw them in a sock or something and you can sling it.
Well, that's why I was trying to sort of throw it just onto the street, because there's no one out there. It just goes in the street, small fire, we put that out, not a problem.
Yeah, like the last small fire.
I'm just going to slowly kind of gather Riku and Dusk.
Your quasit appears.
Oh, good.
Jesus Christ.
Stop throwing that!
But,
Apologies.
what's
I would definitely advise you stop bandying about such a dangerous substance.
it's just fuel. I use it to pound
Listen.
the glove.
Give me the bottle, please.
I give him the bottle of the alcohol, but not my concoction.
Certainly.
You do know he'll get it.
I'm just going to
some
kind
way.
of lean towards the closet and go, now do you understand why I wanted to speak to him?
He is still unfortunately very busy.
Tim,
At least pass the
What is
message
it?
on.
I
His
believe-
name's not Tim.
it is now. Tim, what is it?
Next thing you know, you'd be calling him Tiny Tim.
That's
That
a good
was the
name,
i-
actually. Yes.
That was the idea.
I wasn't being...
So he uncorks it.
Mm-hmm.
Ichor of what?
Devil's blood.
Ah,
That makes...
that's why I got the shits.
Can I...
Very, very strong alcohol. The devil's blood.
Actual
good stuff.
Devil's blood.
I can.
It will clear you out.
In the sewers.
Which one?
Like the thing floating in the sewers is
Oh.
devil's
Immiscible.
blood.
Immiscible with water.
Yeah.
You have to. There's a complex process to get it to stick in a fluid.
Why was there devil's blood in the sewer?
Was going to be my next question.
Floating
Good question.
eye creature, typically demonic in nature. There's probably
Let's see, there
a
was
demon or a
single
devil
eyes.
about in this
Yeah.
city manipulating crime. Makes sense
Right.
why he sent me here now.
The Quasit says, my employer is hoping to
Have the situation dealt with.
release his brethren.
Ah.
They are captured by a rival organization who are bleeding them to infuse them into this alcohol for some purpose. We haven't yet worked out what.
And are they in league with or opposing Steve back in the tavern there?
He's an equal opportunity businessman.
Hence him apologising
So
for the
it's not
offence.
one side or another, it's now a triangle.
It is a complex criminal dynamic. No one trusts anyone.
But ultimately, you and Steve have the same goal.
We
Which
are
would then
working together.
it would also mean that
Fine by me.
it aligns with me being here, as
And me.
Well then,
I'm an enforcer of some sort for my companion's his employer.
welcome to liability.
That's not the name.
I'm
I
sure
quite like it.
I like
whatever you name yourselves come the
How
end of
about
this.
No Liability Inc.?
How about we think of a
that
name
might
later?
work, but we'd have to sack him.
Work out your name later. It's not important. You are not going to get famous doing this.
Oh dear.
You are hoping to keep your name out of the papers.
Quasit. Do you have any information where they're being kept so we may go and deal with the issue?
There's a distillery on the outskirts of the city, in the north. Within the city bounds, you can see it from the border. It's wet. The Grey Serpent Distillery is signposted quite clearly. You'll be able to find it if you head north from the city. And by all means, you can dispatch the devils and return them to Avernus, or you can release them. I don't know what temperament they'll be in, however.
Do you know how many demons are there?
Unfortunately, I don't. But I do know, all I know is that there are a number that have been entrapped into serving someone who operates within the city, who I believe you have encountered before?
One of us may
Depending,
have.
yeah, one or two of us. Depends on who it is.
Do you know the name of the distillery?
The Grey Serpent.
Do they have a funny voice?
Yes, I think so. Sort of nasally.
And a giant eye.
Yes, singular, giant, eye.
That one
Yeah,
may
I
have
didn't like
pissed
that
him
one.
off.
Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. I'm glad you've made as many enemies as you can possibly make in the
Probably
city
doesn't
already.
like me. I mean, I cut them off a bit.
When I asked for agents with low profiles, whatever.
You didn't ask for me.
No, it
You
was
come with
more.
him.
It was more along the lines of go to this place, recruit people, and then obviously I didn't find them. It was more they got thrown together because that one's underling happened to attack Steve's bar, and we kind of got just thrown together. I didn't pick this lot. Do you really think I would have picked an idiot like this?
Hang on a minute.
Granted,
Are you telling
the
me that all
bird
of this is your
and
fault?
the tiefling are capable, but the other two, really?
I resemble this remark and I don't like it.
You just
Are you telling me this is all your fault? That you engineered all of this lot to put us together so that we do a job for free?
no. His
No.
closet did.
Yeah, but look, well, Tiny Tim.
My
he
patron
told him,
of sort
and then he
sent me to
engineered
this
it so
town to
we
deal
all
with an
ended up
issue.
working for him.
No, we didn't.
My patron sent me to this town to deal with an issue. I was in the process of looking for people to aid me with it, and just so happened to stumble into you lot. It wasn't my intention to drag you in. I mean, to be fair, you've
so
proven
it's a case of
yourself.
good luck.
Yeah, you've proven yourself quite useful. You destroyed goblins and the like. You didn't set off an explosion that nearly killed us all,
That's
and
debatable.
potentially got you lot indebted to him. Or did I forget to mention that? Yes, you might be indebted to him now because of this idiot.
One day, the powder that I've invented
I'm not
will be
indebted.
integral to your
I
way
didn't
of
ask you to
life.
save me.
Because you don't understand it right now. Because it's not. You always. I can't cut it up with a sword, so I don't understand it.
And just
Back
because
in
it's what he
just
sounds
blah,
like.
blah, blah.
and just because you don't believe that herbalism is the future doesn't make all herbalism wrong. Ooh, look
All
at me.
herbalism is wrong. That's not debatable. It's fact.
Sorry?
All herbalism is wrong.
Do we really want to have this conversation
No,
Yes,
again?
it's one. It's
I'm gonna
one
go
part
back
per
inside
million.
the tavern.
It's.
Steve,
You're referring
what's the next job, mate?
to homeopathy.
I'm getting bored of this lot.
It's the same
They've
thing.
been nuts.
I'm afraid it's out of my hands now. You've been poached by a high-profile gentleman.
Oh, you are kidding me. We've got to work for Tiny Tim.
For his employer.
Oh, bloody hell.
Who is his employer?
Let's just say...
We've crossed paths before.
He's a gentleman of fine standing. He means to organise things a little differently, a little fairer.
Fairer to who? To himself?
Exactly.
I'm gonna guess.
To everyone.
To everyone. Okay. Is this the closet?
Yes, I did use his voice, didn't I? Whoops. Yeah, sure. Whoops. Maybe. Wait.
Currently outside, I'm going to Tanner. I was like, right, let's stop with the arguments. Can we at least focus and come up with some sort of plan about dealing with distillery? And who knows, we might come across the one that's very good with a bow and arrow on the way, and we'll just get him involved. We might be able to find him.
Oh, the cowardly
Our
elf.
comrade.
Yes.
You
Coward.
vanished.
Well,
Shadow.
Yeah, well-
Shadow, that's his name.
I'm assuming, by the way, I've walked back out of this.
so you owe me, buddy.
Which you?
Yeah.
This is Tiny Tim on board.
Okay.
You owe me. You've taken away one of my sources of income. You better make me rich.
Oh, I can assure you, the master under the hill pays quite well.
Just
Which hill?
so I know, I've mixed in this. You said it was demon's blood, yes, into this concoction.
Devil.
It's in my hand again, and I'm just swirling it around, kind of chucking it from hand to hand. So I've mixed in some sort of demon's blood to this. What sort of properties does it have? Because the powder that I've got sort of explodes on contact with the ground, and I've done that at that point at the bottom. It's just sort of hanging in the air. Mage hand, grab it.
So, whilst it's hanging in the air, Quasit
Mm-hmm.
blinks out of existence, then blinks back into existence on the ground, holding it.
Yep. Oh no, that's mine. That's mine. It's got my. It's
At which point he looks in and do not begin to fool around with substances you do not understand.
yes, but it's proprietary. I've made it. Could you not hear?
You
lot
made
weren't
it
here
from
last night.
ingredients you don't understand.
Yes, but I still made it. It's mine.
I will happily explain it to you.
Made like a true child.
However, I am confiscating this.
I've got plenty more. I just don't.
Oh man,
The
this
devil.
is Malcador's marvelous medicine.
So basically, the only part he objects to is the fact that there's ichor in it.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
That's all. Sorry.
I accidentally touched the microphone.
So without the ichor, so have you seen this? I mean, it's my proprietary black powder. No, not having some. But do you know what this does? Because I know that it explodes when I throw it.
Yes, ichor will potentiate the process.
It'll magnify the effect.
Indeed.
Ooh, I need to get some ichor.
No, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Do you want to rip a hole in time?
That sounds fun. Yes, I absolutely want to rip a hole in time.
I get the sense that the boss is going to have to keep a close eye on you.
Yay, I think. So what's it worth to you for me to not rip a hole in time?
Your life.
And all of ours.
Yes, fair point, well made. So,
Because I won't kill you, I can't. I'm only a small little fellow.
But
But the boss
might just say
doesn't have to look at you. He just has to decide.
And we're done.
say a word. I believe I've seen him
there's
do
other
before.
methods. Many
What
before.
word?
Just one.
Any.
One.
so
It's more of a number than a word.
this Malcador's patented blasting powder, go away, it's mine. Yes. Malcador's patented blasting powder, go away, it's mine, mixed with ichor. No,
No.
definitely not.
Definitely.
Right. Okay.
Tell you what, let's just settle this. He'll give you the ichor if you give him something that does the same job.
Yes.
How's that
This.
for a deal?
This.
That sounds good to me. Can't say fairer than that.
Yes.
Let's say you do some work for the boss. The boss then maybe gives you some substance that would be helpful to your craft. As a herbalist, I understand.
How dare you? No. I'm not a herbalist. I do not traffic in herbalism and the like. I'm an alchemist.
Brimstone, then.
I mean, he could always give you better control at. What's that word that you say and things happen?
Magic.
Yeah.
And when I snap my fingers, it's just literally, it's a small mushroom cloud that goes from my, just on this hand.
Is it still a flashbang?
It's a very bright flash, but what's left is a mushroom cloud, basically.
When that goes off, the quasit, basically once the light fades, the quasit is gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going back into the bar, and I look to the bartender and I go, have you got any more of those bottles? The little ones? The alcoholic ones?
I've been expressly forbidden from giving them to you, sir.
How much do you want?
There is no price worth my life.
Name it.
There is no price worth my life.
Damn! I'm going to detach my mage hand glove and fire it up so it's hovering in midair. And I'm going to very slowly fly it towards the bar and see if I can locate any of the small bottles.
There are small bottles below the counter, but you can't see them.
So, not ignore the glove. It's just doing an exploratory thing. If, for example, you were to say where these bottles were on your left or your right, where should I not go with the glove?
Get out.
I was going to say, he's not going to be dumb enough to answer that.
He might be, and I recall the glove. It settles on my hand, and I leave the bar.
Correct.
I want to rip a hole in time. Damn it!
I'll walk. We'll walk up to the bartender
We're doomed.
and just have a quiet word in his ear and say, "It might be best if you get rid of those bottles."
I'm afraid.
The bartender wasn't posh.
No, it wasn't. It's because I like doing.
I know you
I
do.
love it. So, yes, the bartender. It's not my decision.
Whose decision is it?
The provider.
Okay.
Just would I have any knowledge of what he means?
Can I ask our employer, the distillery that we are meant to be going to, the Grey Serpent, do you know who owns that?
Not by name.
Description?
Weasley.
Big,
Skinny.
small, skinny, okay.
Is
Flashy?
Not flashy.
No.
Just
What corrupt type of creature is he?
human. He's just
Easily.
he's monstrous.
Okay.
Monstrous, Weasley, skinny human.
Monstrous in actions? Deeds?
I can't. No one can wrap their head around how he works.
Okay.
He's
Big or little?
6 foot. I've only ever seen him.
So it's human-sized but monstrous somehow.
Do you know what gang he works for, or works with, or runs?
That's the weird thing. All their agents have got their tongues cut out. I just call them tongueless. That's what people are taken to, but they've never given a name.
How do they taste things? They're not very profitable to sell things to, are they?
The least problem that they have.
I was thinking, we walk up to the. I'm just thinking ahead of sort of if we're going to have to infiltrate somewhere. I walk up to the game like, "Hello, Margaret's Marvelous Medic." Oh, they can't taste anything.
They can't talk either.
Would you like to?
Oh no, they
I
can't.
think that's
Would you like to buy my medicine?
That's the bigger problem.
I was going to
It's
say,
not
I think
really
that's
working.
probably the idea, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. I was just thinking from the
So
medical side of
effectively,
things.
you want us to go in there and just kill everything we find except the devils, and then we get to choose whether to kill them. Is that about right?
You are free to take whatever side you wish, but know that the consequences could be dire.
That
He-
didn't really
he was
answer the question.
speaking.
Can you just clarify?
So that was Steve. Steve. It was not his voice.
Okay. Okay.
With regards to all the events that have kind of happened and knowing what we're going into and what it entails, would it make me think back to past events and think they could repeat?
Awesome. That is up to you. Your character.
So
I'll kind of turn around and say to everyone, if we are going to do this job, it might be better if we approach it with more tact than we did the warehouse, and better plan what we're going to do.
Yes, I'm planning to be intact once we finish the job.
It means rather than doing stupid stuff like throwing explosives into highly flammable areas or falling over and claiming to be a warehouse inspector, we actually take the time to properly scout out, plan our approach and what we're going to do. As much as you are not the ones I would have chose at first to aid with jobs such as this, I'd rather not see any of you dead. I've had that happen in the past, and
I
I
think
don't want more lives weighing on my shoulders.
in this line of business, deaths, well, occupational hazard. You either live with it or
Don't.
find a new job. Well, yeah, you don't. But what I'm just trying to get my head around this. We're going to the Grey Serpent.
Yeah.
And we're freeing devils.
Yes.
We're going to free some devils, but we've been told we can either kill them or don't,
Yes.
and it doesn't matter as long as they're freed. and they might be angry, and
Basically,
there are consequences to what we do, but we've got to go and do it anyway.
basically,
I just don't know
So-
who wants us to do what now.
I think, yeah.
basically,
I'm
we are
very-
going to go and free them, and we're basically caught in the midst of a gang war.
Which is fine. I just don't want to.
But what he's saying is, you can choose to aid my patron or the other people, and depending which one you pick depends on whose side you're on. And
So when I asked him whether he wants us to go in there and just kill everything, and then he said we are free to choose whatever side we want.
he's
What he actually meant was you're free to choose any side you want, but I'd prefer it if you killed everything.
Yeah.
He
Except the devils,
he actually,
maybe free them instead of killing
Yeah.
them. But
He actually wasn't speaking in his own voice at that time. That was a disembodied voice.
No, it came from him.
Okay, so it was a possession.
yeah, but it was. I'm
and
guessing
that
that was
voice
his
said you're free to do exactly as you choose. However, you will face the consequences.
Yeah.
That's not an offer.
So
That's a threat.
Well, yeah, but I mean, ultimately we're being asked
The voice
to do a job,
wasn't-
but I'm just trying to clarify what is
It
that
wasn't, it
actual
was-
job.
No, I know it wasn't a quasit.
Did the voice sound familiar to any of us?
Did it sound like the
Absolutely.
same voice that said you're welcome when?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
thought so.
Shall we name the gentleman?
Sammy.
So whilst you're all chatting confused, trying to work out what you want to do,
It's summer.
the door swings wide. Oh, for God's sake, please just choose.
Look, just clarify. What is it you actually want us to do for you?
I would like for you.
So this person now has just entered into the building.
Yes, they have walked through the door.
Thank you.
They are wearing fine merchant's clothing. They look plainly human, with black hair, finely trimmed beard, and they look amongst you as you're
Bickering.
and his voice grows much louder than would be humanly possible.
And it's the voice that the
Thaumaturgy,
barman
yes.
spoke with.
Yes. It has not yet, but it does not echo beyond this room.
Very good thaumaturgy.
You know that
Listen and obey. At which point his voice returns to the gentleman. Smarm.
I'll walk to him
While
Stop.
you're walking, can
Listen. You are to all go to the serpent and cut off its head. Remove the devils from captivity. Be that bondage to this life or their containment. When they are sent back to Avernus, they are free. If they die, so be it. I do not care. It is an affront. It is a point of principle. I am not personally attached. I hope this clears up any confusion. My frustration has grown.
So what I'm hearing is that we can quite safely blow the brewery up, kill all the demons inside, and job done. They don't have to go inside.
I don't think they're demons as such.
Pretty much.
Still need to get into the distillery to then place your bombs.
I'd throw them at the outside. Can I? That ichor you've got, it would tear a hole in the space of time, right? Is there a way that we can distill it so it doesn't rip a hole in the space-time continuum and just makes a bigger bang?
You mean with parts per million?
No.
By dilution?
No, not by dilution.
Touche.
Forget I asked.
Not
Forget I
diluting it,
asked.
no.
We're not diluting it. We're not doing herbalism. Forget I asked. I'll find another way.
If the building is left intact, I am more than happy to leave its contents and the distillation equipment to all of you.
Okay, let's not blow the building up.
I would much rather it be a profitable business venture.
See how quickly.
Let's
he
definitely
changes
not
his tune.
blow the building up. Think
I
of all
thought
the
you-
Malgador's cocktails I can make.
I thought you would see it my way. My name is Sam. Pleasure doing business with you.
Right, Sam? Mind if I call you Sammy?
You can call me what you like.
Fine.
No one ever uses their real name.
Malgador, pleasure to meet you.
Just gonna kind of bow down and be like,
Please don't stand on formality. It's been too long. He offers to shake your hand, but specifically so that you have to use the hand.
Mm-hmm.
I know. Shake with the other hand, and you'll see not regular human skin. It's more red and demonic.
Mm-hmm.
Good, good. I'm glad. Now, I already know all of your names. It's important, however, that everybody knows that we are in business now, yes? We are...
It would appear so.
Are we all happy with that?
Yes.
I guess so.
I think happy's an exaggeration, Sam, but
So,
we know each other of old and I understand what you mean by that, so...
I don't think I've ever met you before.
Oh, you have.
I disagree.
so
I believe my memory is inescapable.
So ultimately, we're off to have a grand ball with a visitor and his sheep. And does this need to be an intimate affair, or does it not matter?
You were outside the city at the time. I would say that loud and proud is always fine, provided there are no witnesses, and obviously that the equipment
Intimate then.
and that the equipment is preserved.
Grand ball it is then.
Sam, there was another one with us when we
Oh, don't worry.
ensure he gets there.
I will
Please.
ensure that he is found safe.
Bloody coward.
I am quite aware of where he has gone down to hide.
Probably under his mother's skirt. I
Can
reckon.
you tell us anything about the captors, these demons? Any
The
stories?
tongueless.
Yes.
All I know for certain is that they are, as individuals, free to choose to join this cult. And there must be extensive rewards promised for them to be willing to maim themselves.
On the subject of rewards. I don't know about you.
Don't
but-
even go there. Don't even go there.
Well, we've got to make a living.
Let's put it this way. If you work under me and provide good service, I will make you richer than you could possibly imagine.
Perfect.
I believe that this could be a very, very profitable business venture for us all.
Well, if you're as all-knowing as I think you are, or at least well-knowing, you'll know that no one has ever complained about my work.
Certainly.
They may have complained about the mess, but not the work itself.
Oh dear, if you're all knowing, you don't read the school transcripts, they don't show you everything that I'm capable of. You know everything I'm capable of, I'm sure. My patented blasting powder, go away.
I'm sure he could help you.
I'm sure that your patented blasting powder.
Why do you do this? What does this mean?
At which point he kind of just recites to you the exact recipe.
No, it's a trade secret. Stop saying it.
It's in your head.
There's a herbalist in the room. Stop saying it.
Yeah.
Can you just clarify that again?
Please.
He said he would say, well, no. Okay, so revised statement. You would hear his voice in your mind reciting the exact formula.
Stop thinking it. Stop it. No, stop it. No, get out.
You see, I'd like pork, but this is sounding a little bit like venison at the minute. But, yeah. Sod it. I'm in.
I believe all of you will benefit from this. And you'll just owe me a favour, if that's acceptable.
No. We're doing this for you as a favour.
Yes, and then I will make you rich beyond your wildest dreams, as you requested. And then...
So if we do this,
This
you
is-
owe us a favour, we ain't owing you.
Magnus, this is paying off.
You've made quite the ruckus.
This is us paying off surviving the bomb.
Yeah, but we didn't ask for that.
Unfortunately...
He saved us because we're useful to him. right?
Unfortunately for you, you are replaceable, and you always will be.
Of course I am.
all.
I'm a kobold, of course I'm bloody replaceable.
I have all of the time in the world.
Yeah, I ain't gonna put in about another 16 years at best.
I hope you all have some good luck
That's me screwed.
next time.
And if you're screwed, we're all screwed.
Thank you very much for coming, everybody. I'm gonna end
Oh, we're
this
leaving it
session
there. Aww.
Unfortunate. Leave you wanting more.
Yes.
But next week, basically, we will pick up at the distillery.
Before we go, next week is the last episode that is going to be hosted on my channel. If this is intriguing you and you want to continue to come and watch, !DND in the chat. We'll give you the link to the Geek Initiative channel. As of episode 5, we're spinning it out onto its own thing. So go and follow that channel. You can
Please
also
follow.
click the name in the chat that has posted the D&D command. We'll take you straight there. Hit the follow button. We'll be live on that one from episode 5 onwards.
If you follow us on that channel, we'll keep Digby forever.
Well, as long as he'll
Well,
let us.
as long as he wants to be captain.
We want to
tie him up.
Malgador doesn't blow himself
If
up.
he wants to escape, well, we may have to give him a ruby necklace.
Thank you very much to everybody for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you
And
all.
Isaac. Thank you.
Farewell.
Good night. See you next Tuesday.
I don't have anything in there.
See you
Farewell.
next Tuesday.
See you next Tuesday.
Bye.